Okay, this is a response to Free Talk's Fact or Fiction challenge. Um, if you haven't seen it, it's kind of like if you've ever seen the show. There was a show called Fact or Fiction. I think it started out on Fox, and then it moved to the Sci-Fi Channel. Anyway, they have all these different stories. You're supposed to determine whether they're real, whether they're not real. Anyway. So the idea of this challenge is you get 5 facts about yourself. Some of them are true, some of them are false, some of them might be sort of true. But you, as the viewer, are supposed to determine which ones you think are true, which ones you think are false. I've actually been wanting to do this for a while. I don't know why I haven't done it. But I saw Atheist Blind Chick did it, and so I thought I should probably do it now too. Anyway, so here are my facts. Okay, fact number 1. I am mildly autistic. There's a condition called Asperger's syndrome, and it's like the mildest form of autism, and it's a form of autism, but it's not, it's high functioning autism. You have a high IQ. There's no, yeah. Okay, so that's fact 1. Fact 2. I used to be a fundamental Christian until around puberty, when I started realizing that I like guys, and I was like, maybe Christianity isn't for me. Okay, so that's fact number 2. Fact number 3 is I am a huge Star Trek geek. Not so much anymore now that Star Trek's off the air, but it's sort of shifted to some other stuff. It was Stargate for a while. Actually, it still is kind of Stargate Atlantis, because the original Stargate's off the air now too. Also, I think it's sort of shifted to Doctor Who, the new Doctor Who. I've never seen any of the old ones. But anyway, yeah, I'm a huge sci-fi geek, particularly Star Trek. But yeah, that's fact number, what was that? That was 3. Okay, 4. I like to make animated cartoons, as in, like, I like to make little cartoons. They're animated, characters talking to each other, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I've actually got this idea for a series that I want to come out with. Yeah, anyway. Okay. So, number 4, I love anime. I can't get enough of it. It's one of my favorite things to watch. I really like Inuyasha and I can't think of the name of it right. Oh, Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, anyway, so those are my 5 facts. And now you get to find out which ones are true and which ones are false. Okay, fact number 1. I am mildly autistic. That one is probably true. There is something called Asperger's syndrome, and I most likely have it. I haven't had an official diagnosis, sorry. But I fit all the symptoms pretty much. There's a few things that I don't quite fit, but most people with Asperger's syndrome don't have all of the symptoms. Fact number 1 is probably true. I'm not going to say it. You could say semi-true, but okay. Anyway, fact number 2. I used to be a fundamental Christian before I realized I was gay. That is absolutely false. I was actually an atheist long before I realized I was gay. Once I started to come to terms with my sexuality, I actually started going more into sort of a spiritual kind of thing. So in a way, kind of the opposite happened. But anyway, that's another story. Okay, I'm a Star Trek geek. Yes, I am. I'm a huge, big, fat Star Trek geek. Not as big as some Star Trek geeks, but I do really like Star Trek. I like to make animated cartoons. Yes, this is true, and I do have a series that I'm not currently working on it. I wish I were, but I've had this series in plan for like probably like almost 10 years now. But yeah, I really like animation. The train is making a loud noise. Okay, sorry about that. I live like really close to the train, and the walls, even though they're brick, for some reason the train noise just comes right through. Anyway, what was I on? Oh yeah, my animation. Yeah, I really enjoy making animation, although it's very time consuming, and I suffer from lack of motivation, and so that tends to not get done a lot. Okay, and number 5, I love anime. Wrong. I hate anime. Well, I don't really hate anime. I don't like it as much as most other geeks do, and I do consider myself a geek. I do like Cowboy Bebop. I think Inuyasha is boring as hell. Cowboy Bebop's kind of it's interesting sometimes, especially there was one episode where they were like on mushrooms. That was pretty cool. There was another one where there was this guy who was like, I think he was a transsexual. I'm not sure, but he was like, I don't know what the hell. It was confusing, and that's one of the reasons why I don't like anime. Is it's just way too confusing. But at least some of it's really interesting. But yeah, those are my 5 facts, and yeah, were you able to get them?